Most of you guys wanted to get a review of the new palette by Victoria Beckham Beauty. This is the Cocoa palette, and I am so excited, guys. This seems like a color story that's right up my alley. Well, we're asking me to try to review this as soon as possible because, of course, sale season is coming up, but some of you guys just want to know if you need to buy this. So I thought it would be good to like just play along with it. I do have a video on 4 of the palettes already. So if you want to get a little bit more in depth on the palettes and the palettes that I have, you can go to that video. I'm just going to play along. Within the Cocoa collection, they hype up, of course, their famous, infamous Satin Kajal liner in the shade Cocoa. And I have it right here. Mine is small. This is like the one I use the most. So it makes sense for me to have both of them. I did not repurchase the pencil. They did launch a new mascara. So the Future Lash mascara, but then in the Cocoa shade. So I cannot wait to try everything out. What I have on the face is only the foundation drops, and I'm not wearing concealer just yet. I am wearing the Duo Brow products from Victoria Beckham, and I'm wearing the EyeWear in the shade Trench as well to just prep my eyelids. But I just want to go ahead and get into it. I'm going to go into the Kajal first. This I like to use as a base and maybe map out some of, you know, the eye shape that I'm going to do. I always like to do a wing liner, so that is what I'm going to do. Now the Kajals, I'm a huge fan. They are creamy, they are pigmented, they are easy to use, and this color in Cocoa, I understand why it is the most popular shade, simply because it is that neutral brown that almost everyone can use. I'm using one of the Victoria Beckham Beauty brushes. This is the, I want to say it's a concealer brush, but it's the 11. And I like to use this actually for the eyes. So that is what I'm going to do. Now, I would consider these smudgy eyeliners, but you use them how you want to use them. If you have oily eyelids, you might not like these. I do have oily eyelids, but I like to use these as eyeshadow bases. So there is definitely a function for it that I like to use them as. Let's fast forward this eye and then let's move into the palette. So this is the Cocoa liner on its own. It's a beautiful eyeliner. It's a beautiful product. It is popular because it simply works for many people. These are smudgy liners, so even though I did sort of tight line and did a cat liner, these like to be smudged. They are emollient. They are creamy. And you can use them as eyeshadow bases and just enhance your eye look. Now let's go on to the palette. This is a warm toned neutral palette, perfect for me, perfect for the fall. Now, like the other palettes, you can actually get the refill and the palette separately, but I got them together. And the palette I thought was closest to it is the Victoria palette. This is their signature palette, and it's like its warm toned sister of the Victoria palette. I do have some swatches on its own, but I do have some swatches together as well, so you can see what these look like. I actually love this color story. I think it is beautiful, fall time chic, every day, and I love that they put a shimmer in it. I also feel like there's a little bit of mica fleck in this one. I didn't do any research this time, so I'm going to put some extra text over here if I need it. I just wanted to, you know, start using the palette. I want to go into this shade first, this beautiful brown shade. And I just want to see, there is some kickback, but I just want to see what this looks like on the eyes. I know that these can be quite pigmented, and the swatches actually were beautiful. I don't want to go overboard, so I'm going to slowly draw out my crease and draw a V shape. Definitely warm toned, definitely pigmented. A beautiful color nonetheless. Drawing the same V on the other side. I'm on the floor. I'm not at home, so I don't have all my makeup with me. But it's nice to just play along. I kind of went in with a heavier hand, but look how beautiful this blends. I like this shade. It is kind of orangey chestnut brown. It's a beautiful crease color, not muddy at all, and really performed well. So let's see if I can deepen out the outer corner with this shade. It's slightly different than the liner, but it's definitely going to add to the liner look. So I'm going to go over the liner a little bit, but also kind of draw out that V shape. Going in with that brush again, kind of mesh them all together. These are like powder shadows. They're not too creamy. They're more like classic eyeshadows. That's how I usually want to describe them. And from my experience from last time that I tried the palettes, all of them ended up being a little bit more smoky. So I'm gonna go in with not so heavy of a hand. But I do want to see if I can use this brush. Ooh, there is some kickback, but no fallout yet. Yeah, the shades are definitely pigmented, but they do want to blend. I want to go into this shade. I'm going to go in with my finger, and this is a beautiful fall tone, kind of copper brown color, caramel-esque. I actually really like this formulation. It picks up beautifully, and it complements this like lighter brown shade perfectly. I can go back into the other shades a little later. I just want to see how well they mesh together. This is such a beautiful shade. Look at that. Catches the light beautifully, not too sparkly. Going in with a brush again, just to brush everything together. Now I'm going to go into this shade, the lightest one, and I put it in the blank spaces right over here. Also, this is sort of like a metallic shade. Beautiful inner corner highlight. Just a beautiful mix. Oh, I like it. Beautiful eye look. Okay, I'm excited. I haven't done the bottom lash line yet. I think I'm going to use a little bit more of the eyeliner just to go back over that line that I already did. And this is what we got so far. Okay, I'm excited. Let me put on the rest of my makeup. I'll do the lower lash line around the same way as I did the top, and then we'll put on the mascara. Now I have finished up the face. This is the base for today. I love it. I love the way that the makeup turned out. I want to get into the mascara. So the Future Lash mascara I actually really like. I do have the Future Lash in black. It's one of my most repurchased mascaras because it's a tubing mascara, so it's really easy to take off. Black does suit me, but I am intrigued to try the Cocoa Brown. Usually, this color I would feel looks better on people with blonde hair because I do have black hair. But I do like a good brown mascara look. What I can say about this mascara is it will give you lifted and longer lashes, but it gives a very natural look. Simply because it is like a very small spoolie, kind of banana-like. I like to use this mascara for the bottom lashes. And this is kind of what it looks like. It is a little bit more difficult to tell, but there is some pigment to it. And you do see that I'm wearing mascara, so I do really like that. And this is the final look. Victoria Beckham Beauty is an expensive brand, so I love reviewing this for you. I'll put all the affiliates down below, and everything I earn from affiliates I actually do put back into my channel by reviewing a little bit more. So thank you all of you guys that have used my affiliates for the past few months, because it's the reason why I was able to continue reviewing after my divorce. Going back to this mini collection, if this is the collection that they put out for the holiday, I think it's smart. I think it's smart to use their most popular shade and kind of create a line around it. I think this palette quickly became my favorite palette of the bunch. The only palette I don't have is a Bordeaux palette. I do feel like I want to get the Bordeaux palette for Black Friday. If you are waiting for a sale time, the Black Friday sale is their best sale. I'll keep you guys updated in the community tab, but just to review this palette alone, I think the color story is very good. It's great for the fall, but there's a good mix between deep colors and light colors where you can get a very pretty everyday eye look. I do lean warm, so I do think it really complements me. And I actually was impressed by every single shade. I think that the shade that was hardest to work with was the deepest shade, but even though it was hardest to work with, I think I really made it like, it's still, you know, it created a pretty eye look. So this palette is going to get my stamp of approval. It is not as smoky as the Victoria palette and a little bit more workable. but also a bit more warm toned. If you are looking at the Satin Kajal liner, this is my tried and true. I've given this my stamp of approval a bazillion times, and this is just a very beautiful shade and something that I can recommend. I simply like the matte Satin Kajals the best. I have a ton of videos on these Satin Kajals. I would love to do my full collection, but there's like 26, 27 of them now. It's going to take me a while to get that video out, simply for swatching purposes. It's just insane. But I vouch for these. I use them all the time. I like having a lot of colors, but the cocoa shade is my favorite one, and it's the one I use the most. You can tell by how much I've already used. I don't have a lot left. They are smudgy liners, so keep in mind if you have oily eyelids, these are made for smudging. They're not made to create like a really tight cat eye. I would use a liquid liner for that. As a combo, I think it's a really beautiful set, but as a trio together with mascara, it's just very beautiful. I like that they decided to go for the brown mascara. I actually think that surprisingly, it does look very good on me. This is a tubing mascara. It's really easy to take off. You can just take it off with warm water. If you are like blonde, I think if you have blonde hair, this will show up a little bit more than on me, but it's going to give you a very natural look. It's not the most va-va-voom of mascaras, but it's a very trusty and tried one that I have, and I use it for my bottom lashes all the time. Now guys, I want to thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope this review was helpful for you guys. Subscribe to my channel if you do like Victoria Beckham Beauty. Check out my Victoria Beckham Beauty playlist if you want to see more Victoria Beckham Beauty, and also subscribe if you want to see what else they come out with, because I do follow the brand for years now. It's one of my favorite brands to follow. Comment down below if you have any questions regarding all of these products or any other products you want to see on my channel. I'm still a small channel, so I can still comment everyone back in due time. Also, if you like this video, please make sure to like this video. It does really help out my channel if there is engagement. Other than that, I hope you guys have a beautiful, happy, and healthy day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!